In my stories yesterday, I had several questions about purity culture pop up. Now, Christian fundamentalism has a very specific way that they treat women and they limit women based on the idea of purity culture, which has lots of multiple facets, but one of the facets is modesty. And it's the type of modesty that we perceive in Western culture that does not exist in the Bible. So they'll use 1 Timothy 2:9, which says, I also want women to dress modestly with decency and propriety, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or expensive clothes. He's not talking about covering up. These are women in ancient cultures. They would have been covered from head to toe. He references gold, pearls, expensive jewelry, expensive clothes. This is talking about displays of wealth because it was considered unethical to display great wealth in front of the needy or in front of those who didn't have it. And when this dialogue is repeated in 1 Peter 3, it's recognizing modesty that they are discussing is displaying your wealth in front of those who have not. Also within purity culture, often women are told, don't cause a man to stumble. That's taken from 1 Corinthians 8:9 that says, be careful, however, that the exercise of your freedom does not become a stumbling block to the weak. This is specifically in reference to eating food sacrificed to idols. Like that is the title of the passage. It's about eating food that has been used in some sort of pagan practice that may cause a new Christian or someone who used to be involved in paganism to question their faith or feel that they have done something wrong for themselves. You did not cause them to sin. It's about their conscience. And Jesus doesn't talk about modesty. He never subverts women. In fact, he elevates women more than any other ancient teacher that we have. Women were the first to discover Jesus rose from the dead, and he never condemned women who were divorced, and he didn't condemn the woman who committed adultery. He was very, very clear, though, in who is responsible for lust. In Matthew 5, verse 27, it says, you have heard it was said, do not commit adultery. But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to go into hell. He places the sin of lust towards a woman solidly on the man who is lusting. So modesty, as we know it in Western culture, not a biblical principle, and it is not a reason to justify the lust of men. And being a stumbling block for someone else was specifically regarding food that had been sacrificed to pagan gods.